as a marketer, I get all kinds of looks when I bring up TikTok. I think so many people still fall into the trap of seeing TikTok as the social media platform for Gen Z. There's silly videos, there's crazy challenges, and there's videos of people dancing. Maybe that's true, but I think there is a whole lot more to it. And that is why I have a special guest with me today. He's going to break down the why and the how of TikTok marketing for us so that we can use it to generate leads and revenue for our business. Hi, I'm Tim Fitzpatrick with Rialto Marketing, where we believe marketing shouldn't be difficult. All you need is the right plan. I am super excited to have with me Austin Armstrong from Socialty Pro. Austin, welcome, man. Thanks for being here.
Tim, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on, brother.
Absolutely. And I told you before, I'm super excited to dig into TikTok because so many people, there's a ton of marketers that make fun of it. I included, myself included, but I think there's a whole lot that we're overlooking. And I know you're going to open our eyes a bit with this conversation. So
Yeah,
before we do that, I want to ask you some rapid fire questions, help us get to know
let's
you a little
do it.
bit.
All right,
You ready to rock?
let's do it.
Okay. When you're not working, how do you like to spend your time?
Um, Either with my wife or rock climbing.
Love it. Rock. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole here.
Okay.
Free Solo. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Great one. Another one related is The Alpinist. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't watched that one.
Okay.
Is that newer?
It's newer. Amazing, man. I
Okay.
loved Free Solo. My
Yeah.
palms were sweaty the entire movie. The Alpinist, even more so. So it's worth checking out.
Sure.
And I believe it was on Netflix.
I'll check that
So
out.
yeah, worth checking out if you're a rock climber or if you're just into watching that kind of stuff, which I am. I would never find myself on the face of a rock without ropes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that crazy, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. So what's your hidden talent?
Probably rock climbing. I mean, I was an amateur Muay Thai kickboxer for about 10 years. So I guess that would be a hidden talent as well. I've retained a lot of that muscle memory.
Yeah. It's instinct now, right?
Yes, yes.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Learn from your failures, but never give up.
I like that one. What's one thing about you that surprises people?
Oh, good question.
Other than you're a rock climber and a former kickboxer.
I mean, just the first thing that comes to mind is TikTok influencer. I
Yes.
guess outside of the realm of this, if I'm at a party or hanging out with people or networking or something like that, and they ask me what I do, I kind of jokingly say TikTok influencer, and that's a great conversation starter.
I can only imagine. What does success mean to you?
Having the freedom to not worry about can I afford this? Can I do this? Just being able to do it.
Where's your happy place?
Anywhere with my wife.
What qualities do you value in the people you spend time with?
Good communication, honesty, transparency.
Tell us more before we jump into TikTok. Tell us more about what you're doing with Socialty Pro. What kind of clients you working with? Obviously, you are helping people with TikTok marketing, but let's dig into that a little bit.
Sure. We're a full-service digital marketing agency. We really specialize in service-based businesses. I built my career around working in the behavioral health space, so drug and alcohol treatment centers, therapists, group practices and individuals in that space, but we work with many different service-based businesses in many different industries. Have a full team for search engine optimization, everything that goes along with that. And the last almost 2 years now, we've been really focusing on the TikTok side of things and helping service-based businesses grow on social media platforms with a cross-platform repurposing strategy, starting on TikTok and jumping on into all of the other platforms out there, but really helping them master and taking that off their plate so they can focus on doing what they love.
Awesome stuff. So let's talk about TikTok. Why the heck should I even be thinking about this?
Yeah, great question. So it's first of all, it's the fastest growing social media platform ever. Um, Crazy statistic last year, 2021, TikTok.com was the most visited website in the world, surpassing Google. That's a mind blowing stat. Even more so, the vast majority of people that are on the platform and on the website are consumers, they're not creators. And so, with that many people, there is such a unique opportunity for business owners to share their expertise and their knowledge behind the scenes, open that dialogue, open that communication, and really just genuinely help people in a completely unsaturated market. When I got started on there, like I was talking about SEO stuff. That's how I got started on TikTok to grow my agency on SEO. If I started to talk about SEO on YouTube, let's say, that's a very saturated market. I'm
Yep.
just another, drop in the ocean over there, but nobody was talking about it on this platform. It's a huge opportunity right now.
Do you feel like it's still really early with
Yes.
TikTok?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
it's not it's although it was the most visited website last year, it's not it's still in its infancy. There's tons of people that have not jumped on and started taking advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're especially in basically every industry, there will be creators that are similar to your business. But if you're a location specific business, it's wide open. For instance, I love talking to real estate agents and realtors because they're always at the front of how can I get in front of a
Yeah.
new set of people. They're very forward thinking marketing mindsets. I love that. So there's a lot of real estate agents and realtors on TikTok now, but very few in your specific area because they're spread out all around the country.
Yeah. How do you with local
Yeah.
because you can't really target locally on TikTok, right?
You can and you can't. So the one of the major benefits of TikTok, and I think really of how it grew so fast is how spectacular their algorithm is. So it really knows what you're interested in, where you are, and where you're and what you're actively watching and engaging with. So if you're uploading content from a specific area and you're talking about a specific area, and if you use location specific hashtags as well, you're going to reach a targeted local audience. There's other tactics we can get into as well, just making it really clear on your profile where you're located and the audience that you serve.
Got
Having
it.
that in your bio, having that in your display name, local can work really well right now.
I think the other thing too, that specifically with real estate, but I think this applies to a lot of other industries too. If you are local, building a larger, wider spread audience is not a bad thing, right? I mean,
Great.
look at uh anybody that's on the real. I'm trying to remember the like Ryan Serhant, the $1 million listing,
Oh yeah, yeah.
cast, right? Who cares? So they work in New York or they work in LA. Those guys make referral fees when they send business. So when people come to them because they've built this huge following, hey, I can't help you in Kansas City, but I know a great agent. I'm going to connect you, and they make referral fees off that stuff. So
Yes.
don't, yeah, there's building a large following is never a bad thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many secondary ways to make income as well from
Yeah,
just serving your business, like just selling your business, like building an email list, selling digital products, affiliate marketing, um, all kinds of different online revenue options,
yeah,
brand deals, sponsorships, things in your industries. There's a million things that you can do. So yeah, you can have a local approach, but don't limit yourself.
yeah. I agree. So let's dig into some of the more
Mm.
tactical elements
Yeah.
of TikTok. Um, how do you come up with ideas? How often should you be posting? We're certainly going to dig into more details here, but let's start with that.
Yeah. So you have to dance if you want to be successful on TikTok. Just kidding. Just
I'm
kidding.
screwed.
I come about how I tackle businesses on TikTok a little bit differently from most people. I don't really jump on a lot of the trends that you see on there. And I don't think that you need to jump on the trends in order to be successful in your industry. I come about it from an SEO stance. I have maybe a controversial opinion, but I think that all social media platforms are search engines. People are just looking for the information differently than on Google per se,
Yeah.
but they're still people, right? So a great way to develop a content strategy is using an SEO keyword research tool. There's tons out there. You can use answersocrates.com or
Answer the
answerthepublic.com.
public. Yeah.
Yeah, answerthepublic.com
Yeah.
or ubersuggest.io. These are all free options where you can type something into your industry or a keyword in your industry, type in mortgage or marketing or, etc. And what this is going to do is it's going to spit out a lot of data on what people are searching for. Now, what I like to do is scroll down to the question section, and it'll show you tons of questions, hundreds, if not thousands of questions that your prospective clients or target audience are searching for on Google. Okay. But because it's a human searching for a particular answer, they're still interested in that subject matter, and as are other people that are directly related to them. So that's one great way, is just outline all of these questions. You can also use frequently asked questions that you get just being the expert that you are in the space, and come about it from an educational perspective. Put your expertise out there, show what you're an expert in, be as helpful as you can. That is the secret to this, is just give. Tim, we were talking about Gary V
Yeah.
before the podcast started, and I love it. I'm a big Gary V fan. Jab, 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 right hook.
Yeah.
Give, ask. Right. So you want to continue to put out really helpful content out there. So frequently asked questions, keyword research. You can actually go on TikTok and look up similar competitors in your space. There's a search functionality on there. It's a search engine, right?
Yeah.
You type in I'm working with podiatrists, a newer podiatrist right now. So you can type in podiatrist, and it's going to show you all of the profiles of people that have podiatrist or podiatry in their username or in their profile. And then look at what their top performing videos are. There is already a model of success there. You can model that video, not steal it, model that video and
Yeah.
apply your 2 cents to it. And it's a proven winning strategy. There's another really, it's not that advanced, but there's another thing that you can do is search for anything related on your industry on TikTok, broad keyword, broad industry, whatever you want to search for. And then you can actually filter the results on there. There's a little button at the top of it. And click filter. You can sort by most liked, and you can set the date range to the last 7 days or last 28 days. And what you can do is you can see what the top performing videos are in your industry recently. So you know that these are top of mind, and you can sort of ride that wave. So those are a couple different ways where you can create endless content ideas. And after you get the ball moving, and I'll end on this on
No,
this
it's
question.
okay.
After you get the momentum going, you're going to get tons of comments and questions on your videos, user engagement. One of the coolest features that TikTok has that Instagram just sort of stole is the ability to do a video response to a comment on your video. So after you get the ball rolling with a lot of this, you can rely on the comments to continue to consistently put out videos. That is so powerful with building rapport and building know, like, and trust. One of the most important aspects of marketing.
Yeah.
Somebody is, they're primed, they're interested, and they ask you a really a great follow-up question. give your all, answer that with a personalized video. They're going to see that. Other people are going to likely have that same question, and that you can just continue with that forever.
How I want to touch on a couple of things here because you've
Yeah.
dropped some serious value here. Content ideas, when one of the biggest roadblocks I see people have is this exact thing. How am I going to come up with content ideas?
Yeah.
And what most people realize after they've been doing it for a while is, why was I even worried about that? There is no shortage of ideas. Answer the Public is one that you touched on. If you have never been there, go to Answer the Public. You will see, I mean, there's like hundreds of, you type in one keyword, you will get hundreds of content ideas. But you also touched on this too. The easiest place to start is just, what questions are your prospects and
Yeah.
clients asking you? Just answer
Right.
those freaking questions. So ton of value there. Next thing I want to dig into here, TikTok, when TikTok originally came out, videos were 60 seconds. Now you can go up to 3 minutes, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. But one of the things we were talking about before we went on is, you don't really recommend going 3 minutes. You still recommend kind of staying in that 60-second or so range. Is that right?
Yeah, I would go shorter, with as short as it needs to be, because the attention span on a platform like TikTok is just terrible, to be
It's
honest.
very short.
It's so short, and it's so easy to just swipe up or swipe down and get another video. So
Yeah.
you have to hold their attention. We'll get into structure and all that, how to perfectly structure a repeatable TikTok video to stack the odds in your favor. The only type of videos that I see that really work, that are longer, are really engaging stories. And music can aid in that as well. But if you're a natural storyteller, you can test that out, both visually and just straight on, face in front of camera,
Yeah.
telling an engaging story. But most of the time, I would really recommend 30 seconds or less. And if you need to go up to 60 seconds, that's okay. But I'd aim for 30 seconds or less.
Got it.
And that's really just going to let you repurpose it a lot more too. I
Yeah.
am all about repurposing right now. And so most platforms will let you have up to 60 seconds. Facebook Reels in particular is the only one that's 30 seconds or less right now. But 60 seconds is that threshold for cross-platform use.
And all the video on TikTok is vertical, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so vertical as opposed to landscape. How often should I be posting?
So there's no right answer to this. And I almost hate when people say you need to be posting a specific amount of time. What I would recommend is, when you're first getting started, is to have a systematic approach to outlining your content. So again, we sort of have an SEO structure of a pillar cluster strategy. So we'll outline like 4 or 5 different categories of content that a business could talk about.
Yeah.
And then within each category, we list 5 to 10 different videos. And so at the beginning, what you want to do is put out as much quality content as you can in each of these categories, so that you can figure out faster which videos and which information resonates with an audience, and more importantly, which doesn't,
Yeah.
so that you can pick up momentum and really double down. So we've had I personally post way more than most people should. I post 3 to 5, sometimes 7 videos a day, but I've also posted like 1,700 videos on TikTok. I
Yeah.
know the format. It's also a creative outlet for me. I can just whip that phone out in the middle of the day. My ADD marketing brain can just say, "Oh, I have a great idea for this. Tim, you sent me a podcast website beforehand. I'm going to do a TikTok video on that after we get off.
Yeah.
I already have the format done." So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, just give me a shout out
Yeah.
in the video, okay? Hey,
Yeah,
my
yeah, you
friend
bet.
Tim over at Rialto Marketing. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, dude, we
But
all
when
learn
you,
something
yeah,
new when we chat, right?
yeah, of course. But when you figure out what works, you can slow it down a little bit. We often post. I would recommend doing a minimum of 1 a day, just to build that muscle and stay consistent with it, because there's so much content being put out there, it is starting to get a little bit more competitive. It's wide open right now, but it won't be in a year from now. It won't
Yeah.
be in 2 years from now. It's only going to get more saturated. So go in with a plan and post as much as you can until you figure out what works, and then you can slow it down.
But it's not, because I know I've heard a lot of people talk about this on LinkedIn. Like, if you post too much on LinkedIn, the algorithm can penalize you. On TikTok, it sounds like you're not really seeing that.
Yeah, there are things that the algorithm will penalize you for, and anecdotal evidence, but typically every video performs on its own. It doesn't have a connected account issue or anything like that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're continually posting content that gets flagged and removed for policy violations, or anything like that, it can ding your account, and it can suppress viewership and whatnot. And there's these things like being shadow banned, which is an industry thing, and we can talk about that if you want. But really, it's about building momentum or suppressing that momentum. So if you're continually putting out content that people like, all of your videos will continue to grow. But if you put a couple stinkers out there afterwards and they just bomb, it sort of seems like the next couple of videos, until you start picking that up and start creating really good content again, that you're kind of down here in the muddy water a little bit until you can pick that
Gotcha.
momentum back up a little bit.
Let's dig into this a little bit then, because you
Yeah.
touched on this, putting out good content versus bad content. One of the things that I think would really help people is what's the structure? Do you have a common structure for the videos that you shoot?
Yeah. So hook, value, call to action is really the structure, so that it's so important to stop that scroll, because the attention span is so bad, right?
Yeah.
So you can't introduce yourself. You can't talk about you. There's no time for it.
Yeah.
And really, you have to have an opposite mindset on just good social media content in general, that they're not actively searching for you. They're searching for a value piece of information, right? So how can you help them? So open that video up either by addressing the question. So if we go back to the last question that you asked, how to create, or how to find topics for TikTok videos, right?
Yeah.
If that's a question that I frequently get and want to create content around, there's two ways that that I would recommend testing to open that. If I have somebody that I can use to hold the camera for me, then I would have that person behind the camera ask that question. Hey, Austin, what's the best way to create a TikTok content strategy? And then I proceed to answer that. That question acts as the hook,
Yeah.
and then it opens that dialogue and sort of puts the viewer in the seat of the question asker. And then you're having that one-on-one conversation. Now, if you don't have an environment like that, you're not with somebody, you could just frame it by saying, here's how to create the perfect TikTok content strategy, rather than framing it as a question. Then you want to, and so you want to structure that as short as possible.
Yeah.
Hook your video, hook the audience in like 3 seconds max, if you can get it down to that short, right? Should just be a question or a piece of information.
Yeah.
And immediately start to provide value. You can add a little bit of a build up in there as well. Add a case study, or add like, this is how this person gained 100,000 followers. I'm going to walk you through this whole strategy. Something like that. Tease them a little bit, but really deliver on the value of the hook that you stop their scroll on. And then after you're done with the meat of that, don't recap, because they've already seen the information. They know what they're there for. You can either tell them what to do next, but give them one clear call to action. So something like, follow for more digital marketing tips, or share this video with yourself so that you can take action on it later, is one that I like. Or, do you agree with me or not? Let me know in the comments. Give them one specific call to action, because if you give them too many things, they go into analysis paralysis and they're not likely to do anything.
Yeah.
Or if you want to not have that closing call to action, you can do a really sneaky TikTok trick where you're looping the video. A loop is important because one of the most important aspects of TikTok, and they tell us this, is that rewatch rate. They want you to rewatch videos over and over again, right? So if you can have the last line or last frame of your video perfectly sync with the beginning of that video, you can sort of trick people to watch the video over again. And that's a really important metric for content going viral and just reaching more of the right people that you're trying to reach on TikTok as well.
I want to run through these one more time. Hook, value, call to action. Ideally less than 30 seconds. Hook, it sounds like most of the time you're asking a question in one way, shape, or form, whether somebody's asking you that or you're just repeating the question.
Yep.
Then you're giving them the value that brought them in. And then, man, marketing, you got to end with the call to action, something one that you want them to do, whether it's, hey, comment below, or "Hey, if you've run into this, just give me an amen," whatever, to engage people and start to interact.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. Is there anything else that we haven't touched on from a content perspective that I should have asked?
No, it's great. That's really going to be the consistency in your game, is just providing people with straight value. I have the mindset shift of I just give almost all of my best stuff away for free, because I know that they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
They won't do it.
Yeah.
They need the consistent, or they need their hand held. They want, et cetera, whatever. But they trust me because I'm giving them great information for free. I know that they're not going to do it. And if they do it, they're going to associate me with their success. But the vast majority of people, if I give away free information, they trust me because I gave them that information.
Yeah.
And then they reach out to me for help, or, to hire our agency for one thing or another, because I've provided them consistent value. So don't be afraid to give a lot of your information away for free. It's only going to benefit you in the long run.
I could not agree more. One thing some people might also be thinking is, how are you shooting your videos? Is most of it just right from your iPhone or Android? What are you doing there?
Yeah. So for me personally, it's self. So I am an Android user. Sorry, iPhone
Okay.
people.
No, it's okay.
It's selfie, right?
Yeah.
That's how I open it up with my opening hook. And then I flip the camera around, and I typically will show something on my computer screen, analytics, a cool website that they should check out, something else that they need to see online. And then I'll switch it back to selfie mode and give that ending call to action. Now, if I do have a video production team out in Orange County, California, and we'll send people out, and they'll basically do that. They'll record them answering that question. The person behind the screen will ask them the question. The professional will respond to it, and then we can work in some fun transitions and whatnot if needed. But that's typically how we do it. It doesn't need to be over the top.
Yeah.
You just need, your messaging is what's essential. It's so easy right now to create these videos. People get caught up in, I need better audio, I need better lighting, better whatever. Just get your message out there. You can improve on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
But you will get results if you're consistent and offer really good messaging that resonates with who you're trying to reach.
So don't overthink it. Shoot it on your smartphone, upload it to TikTok, and just stop. And wash, rinse, repeat. So you've been doing this for what, 3 years? Is that right?
Yeah, almost 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. And how many followers do you have on TikTok at this point?
Almost 300,000, like 287, 88,000, something like that.
So a lot, but you've been doing it consistently over a 3-year period. How do we, you've broken this down super easy to understand. Let's touch on the last part of it, because
Mhm.
all of us in business, we're not necessarily doing this for our health. How are you making money and generating leads from what you're doing on TikTok?
Absolutely. So I've personally monetized my TikTok in about 7 different ways, and I'll get into some of those. The easiest way is a link in your bio that goes to how you can capture leads. What
Yeah,
I typically do is my typical funnel is I have a link in my bio that's like a link tree, and the top button is schedule a 15-minute consultation with me. It's a free call. Goes into Calendly. Everything's automated. I get all of their information. I have pre-qualifying questions so they know our costs and our services and all of this stuff. And then I sell them on that call.
yeah,
And then we, from there handles, email correspondence and onboarding and all that stuff. So that's essentially how we do it. You can also bring people into your email funnels. You would be surprised how much traffic you can drive specifically from TikTok using a single link in your bio. It is fascinating.
yeah,
So I have 2 email drip campaign sequences, for instance, with 2 opt-ins, a free SEO checklist and a free TikTok checklist, right?
yeah,
Enter their email address, they get the free checklist, and then they're put into an email sequence, an automated drip campaign that provides value, nurtures, and sells them. I also do a lot of affiliate marketing. So I promote websites that have affiliate deals where if I get them to sign up due to the large audience that I have, I get a commission on anybody that clicks that link and then signs up.
do
I
you
do a
put a
lot.
link can you put a link in the post, or how do you do that?
No, so you have to drive them to your bio,
Got
essentially. So
it.
you have to say, click the link in my bio to learn more about this.
Do you have multiple links in your bio?
You can only have one, so that's why it's important to have something like a link tree or a beacons set up. So basically, if somebody doesn't know what that is, it's one link that opens up when they click on it, and then it gives you an option of as many different links as you want from there. So it's like a link expander.
Got it. So if you want to send people to different places, you need to use Linktree or
Yeah, I
Beacon.
mean, unless you really if you just want leads for your business, then I would just put a Calendly link in your bio.
Yeah.
At the very simplest point, if you want to get bookings or consultations, or if you're an e-com product, just list, link to your shop,
Yeah.
right? You, and this is another thing that people become so obsessed with. I need all of these different things in order to be successful. No, just get started and then build
Yeah.
it. Just put whatever you can. If you have nothing to sell, but you want to start capturing leads and you want to sell something eventually, just put together a free checklist and start capturing emails and just
Yeah.
start there. Just start there. Set up a Calendly account for free, link it to your calendar, and then just start talking to people.
Yeah. I love it. So link in the bio, huge.
Yeah.
Affiliate marketing. What are some of the other ways that you've monetized?
hmm Brand deals. So websites and products. I have a really cool electric desk, like a standing desk. If you can see here,
Yes.
this was
Yeah.
I got this for free. I just did a video on it. They reached out, gave me a little bit of money plus this desk. So different brand deals that are related to the type of content that I create. So affiliate marketing, digital products. So I sell a Google My Business Secrets ebook for a couple bucks. I have a video course right now. I'm working on another video course. How else?
And
Selling.
do you promote those through dedicated videos?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. So it would
So
be a
that
video.
go
Yeah.
goes back to what you talked about before, jab, jab, right hook. You're
Yeah.
putting out a bunch of value, and then, 20, 25, 30% of the time, you're putting out a video that's specific to a digital product or your course,
Absolutely.
and the call to action then is driving them to a specific place.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Got it. I love it. So the big thing that I'm taking away from this is get over your fear,
Yeah.
start doing it, Do it consistently. Don't overthink it. As you start to do it consistently and things start to evolve, there will be many ways that you can end up monetizing this. But frankly, for most service-based businesses, even if it was just driving people to schedule more free consults
Yeah.
or strategy calls, whatever you want to call it, that would be life-changing for most people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's never been easier to grow on this platform and in social media in general right now.
Yeah.
Just started.
I want to touch on one more thing because
Yeah.
you talked about it, repurposing.
Mhm.
I think it is so. I'm a huge fan of repurposing. When you shoot these 30, no more than 60-second videos, vertical for TikTok, where else are you guys repurposing and leveraging that content?
So right now we're doing Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Pinterest as idea pins, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Google My Business is everywhere. And so I'll give you another valuable tip here. We use a website called snaptik.app, snaptik.app. And what that does is you copy the link of your TikTok video and you put it in there and it downloads it watermark free. So it removes that TikTok watermark. So when you're repurposing it, it looks like it's original content. So some of these platforms, Instagram specifically, has told us they don't want repurposed content. They want original content.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting ahead of that. It takes, an extra 1 minute to do that step, to download that video watermark free and then re-upload it everywhere.
So there's a couple of things I want to pull out here.
Mhm.
So Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google My Business. You're creating posts on Google
Mhm.
My Business.
Yep.
So it sounds like when you're shooting for TikTok, you're actually, are you shooting native right in the app?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. So the other option you could do is shoot your vertical video on your phone and then upload it to all the various platforms as well, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to do it in TikTok because I find the video editor really intuitive for me. And it's the easiest way for me anyway to add text on screen,
Yeah.
which we use as a thumbnail
Yeah.
across platform.
Got it. Okay. I love it, man. This has been fantastic. Austin, I really appreciate you taking the time,
Yeah.
man. Any last minute thoughts you want to leave us with today?
No, Tim, it was a pleasure. I hope this changed the mindset of a couple people to just give it a shot. Just dedicate 30 days. Just create videos, dedicate 30 days. If it's not for you, don't continue with it. But if you give it that test and you see some success, keep rolling with it because the opportunity right now is going to pass you by. Your competitors will be doing this. This is your chance to get ahead of the game and really change your life. I have a
love it.
TikTok checklist on my TikTok profile, by the way. If anybody wants to connect with me on there, you can get my free checklist.
I love it. So if you want to see what Austin's doing on TikTok, go to tiktok.com/@socialtypro. You can also just go to their website, socialtypro.com. Austin obviously knows what the hell he's talking about. If you are thinking about getting involved in TikTok marketing, you're not sure what to do, you want to just have somebody help guide you through that process, he's the guy to do it. So Austin, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Those of you that are watching, listening, I appreciate you jumping in and checking it out. If you're struggling with your marketing, you're not sure what that next right step is for you, you've been trying different tactics, nothing seems to work, head on over to our website at rialtomarketing.com. That's RIALTO marketing.com. Click on the get a free consultation button. I would be happy to chat with you and give you some clarity so you can move forward with confidence. Thanks so much. Till next time. Take care.